WWE 2K26 has given us some details towards Universe Mode, My GM. We've gotten showcase gameplay, but it's about time that we unleash the details of these modes, because these modes are part of the reason why people buy the games. So I'm excited to go on ahead and get into it, because there was some exciting stuff on there that I'd really like to get into. But before we do, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. We are about to hit 20,000 subscribers, and we are giving away a couple of copies of WWE 2K26. I'm done wasting y'all time with that now. Let's go on ahead and get into some details. So firstly, we want to go on ahead and shout out metro.co.uk. This is not the first time that they've gotten something for us for WWE 2K26 this year, so this is really cool. Now, the first thing that this blog highlights is the WWE draft. So for those that don't know, it seems like there are animations. You get both GMs, because now we have a picture of this, and this is going to be really interesting, right? Because how many picks can you make with your GMs? Is it only up to 10, up to 5? Is it going to be the whole draft? So that's one thing as well that's going to be really exciting. Nick Aldis, Adam Pearce, now that we know as well that you can wrestle with them, being that they can make some sort of appearance on your universe mode, that even means more now, because now you can have your GM get involved in matches and do things like that. So I think that's a really, really nice touch for the draft. One thing that I do like is that they brought the draft to universe mode, but it seems like it's going to be completely different from My GM, because on My GM, basically, there is none of that. On universe mode, there is. So I like the fact that they tried to make them both different in their own way. So big dubs to 2K for that. So just a little bit of more details. The draft will involve 2 brands with their own customizable general managers, while there will still be a third optional supplemental show to bolster up the draft pool to reflect NXT superstars being called up. You'll have these dedicated tiles on the match card for a round. You'll see the GMs Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis walk onto the stage, take their podiums, as well as rules for what superstars could be drafted and how tag teams are handled. You can also set the number of rounds, rules for champions, and more to let people leave their mark on the mode. Love the way draft sounds this far, y'all. I cannot lie. That is really, really, really exciting. So that's all for the draft, y'all. This is actually really exciting. I love what I'm hearing about it. It's going to be dope for people that want to create universe mode content, those that like to play universe mode on their own. This is going to be awesome for somebody like me that wants to play on the living room TV and just enjoy themselves while playing universe. Now we get a little bit into the universe mode wizard, right? The universe wizard is here to help, Crystal says. This is basically just a way to ease players into it. There's times where I find myself trying to create universe modes and trying to do certain things. Now you no longer have to do that. The creation wizard does it for you. This feature will let you set up everything from major shows, premium live events, to rosters, championship, custom shows, and more from a streamlined menu. I still want to see a little bit more of this, because the creation wizard does sound interesting. I'm not going to lie, but I need to see more. This is being promoted as something that's pretty big to the mode, pretty heavy to the mode. So I want to see, am I able to choose, give me an all legends roster, or give me, you know, something from that era, you know, just I want to see the way that it works. Are there presets, things like that, to help you really decide what type of universe mode you want to do without really fully customizing it? Just things like that. I think that's going to be a really cool addition. Thus far, we don't really know too much. It's very vague. We don't know much, but we do have an idea of what the creation wizard is going to be. So definitely something worth mentioning. Now, there is one con, y'all, and I've been talking about this for a couple years now. Rivalries. Rivalries seem to not be touched again. According to metro.co.uk, it mentions here that you will have the kind of the same flow with rivalries. It's only singles, 2-on-2s, and that's a little bit disappointing me, a little bit frustrated. I understand 2K can't get everything done in 1 year, but rivalries is something that has felt very similar to themselves year after year after year. Now, if these features that they are getting in are that good to the point where I'm thinking right now, because I'm super excited, I'll take rivalries not being done or overhauled another year. But I think that there are great positives to look at in here, but this is one of the cons for me. You know, when you look at universe mode, that's just one of the negatives, man. I want to see rivalries being able to get a little bit more love. Let me do triple threat rivalries, things like that. So just my 2 cents. You know, when it comes down to that, I really want to see, you know, that get taken care of next year. I know that we don't want to talk about next year. The game is not out yet, but it's definitely something worth mentioning. I know it's not something that I only want. Lots of people want as well. Now, y'all, let's get into the promos. Promos are exciting, good stuff. Let's get into it, y'all. There's a lot of new promo types. Shout out to the Pro Wrestling Shoots. I was watching his video and he went over that, and so did metro.co.uk. So shout out to both. So there is going to be a couple of types of promos, and we get to go face or heel on the spot according to Christo. Then we also have the ability to switch shows in a promo. So if you're on Raw and you want to go to SmackDown, you can switch shows. Or if you do some sort of loser leaves match, you can have that wrestler go to another show. Now, I'm assuming that right now. I'm not saying that they said that, but there is a way for you to leave the show through a promo now, according to Christo. So just a couple things, right? Championships are now parts of promos, which I'm super excited for because that was something that bothered me last year. So that's going to be nice for champions as well. If you want to do a call out for the championship, things like that, that's going to be really, really awesome. So if you want to bring that Carmelo Hayes energy and do, you know, call outs every week or an open challenge every week, then you're going to be able to do that, it sounds like, right? Because we're already able to do the call out in promos, but are we now able to do an open championship challenge, you know, such as real life, especially now that the titles play a role in promos? So definitely something worth mentioning. There are going to be different ways to cash in Money in the Bank now, y'all. It's not going to have to be pre-planned anymore, as I really didn't like that. I'm glad that now that's something that's in. Back in the past, we were able to just swiftly pause the game and choose that you want to go on ahead and cash in, but now it doesn't even seem that you got to pause the game. If I'm not mistaken, Christo mentioned on the Pro Wrestling Shoot show that you can now just hold RB plus Y and right bumper plus triangle on PlayStation, and you're now able to cash in when one of the superstars hit yellow. If both superstars are knocked out, you're now able to do that, and the superstar will know to come out with the briefcase and all that, and you'll see it happening. Now, I really hope that, you know, they work correctly, the Money in the Bank cash-ins. I didn't really have a complaint last year, but it seems like from time to time, you know, from game to game sometimes, we see that universe mode cash-ins don't work the correct way. So I really want to see that, you know, this feature works very, very well. It's exciting to see that we're getting something like this. And again, y'all, I think universe mode thus far does sound really good. They did drop a MyGM ringside report as well. We don't have all the details, but we don't have a universe ringside report as well. So a lot of these details here, y'all, remember, we are getting more. They can't reveal absolutely everything before. We got a lot, though. We got a lot. We wanted to know about the promos. We wanted to know about the rivalries, even if it's good or bad. We wanted to know, you know, about the draft. We got a lot of details with the draft. So I think that going into 2K26, there's a lot of surprises to most definitely get into when we get into that universe mode. It feels like a step up from last year for sure. So we'll see if that continues once we get our hand on a mode. But this was a fun video to make because I'm happy. I'm happy. Universe mode seems to be back, right? We'll see how it plays, but a lot of the changes this far sound really good. We don't really know the verdict till we actually get our hands on it, but everything seems pretty good so far. We'll see in a couple weeks once we're playing WWE 2K26. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna catch y'all